Facilities that make this program possible are provided by the City of Highland Park. Programs are produced independently by members of the community. The City of Highland Park is not affiliated with the following program or the producers of public access programming and is not responsible for the content. The following program does not reflect the opinions of the City of Highland Park.
Hello, I'm Joyce. I'm a member of the Highland Park Senior Producers. Today my guest is Emma Kowalenko.
Okay.
Very talented person. She's going to tell you I'm going to tell you both, all the things she's done, unbelievable. And she's going to talk mainly about her book today. And she'll pronounce it better for you. Pulizzata?
Poliziotta.
Oh, okay. Organizational health and fitness and strategies for zapping the dysfunctional virus. She'll talk to you all about it. She's written this book. It's about to be published, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And also, well, I'll tell you some of the other things she's done. She holds a Master of Arts degree in history from Northeastern Illinois University, and at KCG, that's your company, Kowalenko
Consulting Group.
Consulting Group. She integrates her entrepreneurial expertise, strategic planning skills, and multiple cultural proficiency for clients in the private, public, and nonprofit sector. She's also on the board and task force in Highland Park and Highwood, East on Central, Journal of Arts and Letters, Sister City Foundation of Highland Park, the Modenese Society, the Highwood Bocce Club, and the Highland Park and Highwood Historical Societies of Eastern European Bocce of Eastern European heritage. She was born and raised in Casablanca, Morocco, and is fluent, wait till you hear this, in French, Italian, Polish, Spanish, Ukrainian, and Russian. She's also an oral historian, poet, and mixed media visual artist. She is passionate about giving visibility and voice to the unseen and the unheard. And we originally met maybe 10 years ago. We were in the same acting class
That's right.
at the time.
That's right.
And that's how I started. And did you start that way, or you were already?
I was already writing. I've been writing poetry since I was 9 years old.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and back in Morocco and French at that time.
Okay. How do you remember all those languages? My goodness.
Well, I was raised with them. My
Oh.
parents are of Eastern European heritage, and Ukrainian and Polish. Dad Ukrainian, mom Polish. And then living in Morocco, spoke French and went to French-speaking school, and then came to the United States at the age of 11.
Yeah, when you're young, you could really
It's just
learn.
you're a
because
sponge.
I've tried to learn Spanish again and get it mixed up with my French, and I am just too old, I guess.
No, never too old to learn
Never
a language.
too old, too busy. Maybe.
Busy, maybe.
That sounds better.
And then
Okay.
I learned Spanish later, and then
Yeah, I
and
get them
Italian
mixed up
because
a
I
little
just
bit.
love the sound of it.
Do you? I
and
like
so
the
there
sound
you go.
of French better. So romantic.
Well, it's true. It is kind
Still
of romantic.
looking.
There we are.
Anyway, okay. Do you want to get started about your
Yeah,
book
let
now?
me tell you about the book. And actually, the title, which is Poliziotta, is a play on words. This character, as a fictional character, came to me as I was wanting to write a book or a guide for people who experience dysfunction in their places of work. And the reason that I wanted to do that, because our clients at our company are of various types, large and small businesses, public sector, private sector. I really saw a lot of this, and also I was a change management consultant for different organizations, including the Chicago Public Schools, where I, again, saw what effect dysfunction in an organization has, a negative effect. And it's actually a public health issue I think, and actually there are studies that say that it is. The stress,
Yeah, I was going to say stress.
The stress.
I always had stress because I was on commission. Not always. One of my last jobs was terrible.
Yeah, and so people don't leave their companies, they leave their bosses.
Exactly.
And all of that. So I wanted to put something down about that and do something with it. And Poliziotta means cleaning lady in Italian.
Oh.
And Poliziotta with an O means detective.
Really?
So I thought,
Oh.
okay, this cleaning lady detective wants to be created. So she came to me as a character for this book. So she is the zapping genius of the book.
Oh.
She zaps and transforms organizations using a 4-step method to find where there is dysfunction, sampling and testing for it with tools, some of which are imaginary, apps and so on, high-tech types of things. And then she conducts with a team, there's always a core team, within the organization. She conducts a sampling, and this is very much what we do in our company. So it follows that format. So there's a set protocol. It's organized. So she discovers, she samples, she attempts to eradicate, and then promotes mindfulness and a type of approach that will be lasting. So that is the point: is to have a lasting solution, not just to have a solution for the moment. And so the book contains both tools, some fun exercises. I have sections that are called Noodle and Doodle because I believe that creativity is very important given my own background of writing and artistic expression and so on. So the book is practical as well as fun, and again, I believe that it will be helpful in situations where people find themselves being stressed. It's all about communication. It's all about building on strengths. It's a positive book, and I do stress mindfulness very much because again, this is something that I believe that if your approach is a mindful one that you hone your skills to be observant of others, to be in the moment, to really take in what people are telling you and what they're feeling, then you bring compassion and kindness to your interactions. And if you're on the managerial level, if you do all of that, you can successfully transform a dysfunctional behaviors or organizations that you are within. So that's in a nutshell what I hope to do. As an oral historian, I have always had a passion for giving voice to the voiceless. With Eastern Central, the book that, the journal that I have been involved with for so many years, this is now its 16th publication.
Oh my gosh.
The intent was for the writers and the poets and the artists of this area to have a voice, to have a forum. And following on that note, similarly, people who are in organizations where they are miserable, they are stressed, and this generates their emotions and their pain to their families and to their friends, to society at large, giving those people a way to voice what is going on with them, and then to transform the place. And this book, also Eastern Central, I think has been transformative from the standpoint of giving voice to people that perhaps would not have had the courage or the way to express themselves either in writing or in a visual way. And as you know, we try to couple the writing with the visual so that there is a collaborative aspect to our journal as well. So similarly, collaboration, communication, voice to the voiceless, visibility of what is going on in an organization, getting rid of that, zapping it, and then having a long-term solution is a book that I have written. It took me a year and a half, so I'm happy
That's
to be
not too
done.
bad.
Yeah, not too bad. It takes a few years sometimes. So you know, that's again what I'm hoping to make this a better place, a better world to live and work in my own small way.
Oh.
And each person that you touch is a plus. Is what I believe.
Yeah, it sounds, I can't wait to read it. Really, I like to read books, and it really sounds helpful. And
Yeah,
Because,
I think it will be.
yeah, stress is all around you.
It is all
and it
around.
causes diseases, even cancer, they say, from
Yep.
stress.
Yep. I took an 8-week course called Mindfulness-Based Stress Reduction, MBSR.
Oh.
And I took it because I was curious about it, and a friend
Yeah.
of ours recommended this as, again, something different, a different way to looking at life and how you approach life and situations. And it's wonderful. So that's why mindfulness and that kind of approach is integrated into the book. It includes yoga, meditation, again, being aware of the moment and of the person that you are interacting with in a sincere way, really listening. You know, all of these skills that are ways of interacting that I believe we need to do more of to make this literally a better world to live and work in.
Right.
So
right.
that's you know that's the fabric within which all of this is occurring.
When will it be, like,
It'll be available early January or in January. This is the proof. There's one more proof, and then it will be out. I have designed a blog that will accompany this, and the blog will ask anonymous stories from people if they have stories from their workplace or any situation where there's dysfunction and there's stress and some kind of emotional or even physical pain, because it does go into the physical, that they would be welcome to post that on the blog without having their names divulged, because of course in some cases people don't want to be known to be talking about their boss or their workplace, or they're afraid, literally afraid.
Nowadays,
So I'm
anything
hoping that
goes.
that the blog will be just another place where people can at least post their feelings and their experiences.
So, how do you get the bosses to read it?
Well, you know, I've been in business for 29 years, and so my LinkedIn network is pretty big. And I'm also doing a project for Northwestern.
You said you can come last.
Where it's an online education for folks, or for people who are, not folks, sorry, that's not, they're people who have at least 10 to 12 years of experience within construction and design industry. So it encompasses, you know, you name it, real estate people and bankers and
you
designers.
said you would be there all day last time.
Right,
And
right.
cameras and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've been producing
Northwestern in Evanston? Or?
Yes.
Oh,
So
okay.
Northwestern in Evanston has an online education program that's really new. That is for professionals from anywhere, and again they have that level of education, and the courses taught again are on a high managerial level, and they include the human resources and the approaches for leadership, cultural intelligence, and emotional intelligence is a big topic also in my book, about being culturally aware of not only talking ethnic cultures, but just professional cultures. An engineer and an architect don't speak the same language.
Oh, really?
And they have to be aware of that, and a non-judgmental type of behavior, etc. And it's, again, several of the courses that are taught mention these and delve into these topics.
I know. I majored in engineering math, but here I
Did
am
you?
doing nothing.
No, this
I
is
didn't-
really important. What do you
I
mean?
know. I enjoy this more
You're
than.
giving voice.
Yes,
so
right.
Anytime you can give voice is wonderful. So that project has been going on for several years, and it's growing. And the instructors are all people who work in the industry. They're not professors. So it's very practical, and it comes from a lot of working experience. It's
I had someone on about bullying in the
Bullying.
workplace. Is that included too?
Yes, and so that is unfortunately still with us.
Yes.
And so you have it, at the high school and in the schools among children, and sometimes that transfers over to the workplace.
Yes.
And yes, it is a big problem. There are also obviously women who are harassed.
Yes.
Is an
Oh
issue.
yeah, now especially
Right. And
with
then
the
you have your
sex.
cultural. We have all these. So many of these topics coming up in the news and so on, and that sometimes transfers over to the workplace where people will decide to be not as friendly to certain groups of people.
Yeah.
So and then yes, the bullying is a problem, and it's again it's a hidden problem.
Oh, right.
And so again, I'm hoping with the blog, people will be able to talk about it.
Right,
And
right,
if their
right.
names aren't there, they will have an open forum to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it could
So-
be where you live too,
be
besides
where you-
working everywhere.
Exactly.
Everywhere.
It transfers over.
Not only bullying, I mean, what you're
Yes,
doing.
the cross-cultural,
Uh-huh.
I think, awareness and again, kindness is a huge, huge
Yeah.
need for us, I believe.
Yeah.
And so a message from that is very much throughout the book. It's one of the pillars. I have pillars of what makes a solid organization, and kindness is one. Trust is
Oh, right,
very,
right,
very big.
right. Uh-huh.
And of course, leadership that has
Right.
the awareness of the cultural, and the emotional intelligence pertains to being observant and really taking in what another person is telling you or feeling, so that you do not really hurt someone, because people do get either embarrassed at work. There are bosses that go around screaming at people in front of everyone else, and that kind of thing is just not. It's not professional. It's just, and it's not good for the psyche of the individual as well as our society, and we need to be more aware of that and really not tolerate it.
Yeah,
But
right.
if you're dependent on someone for your job, what can you do?
Right,
and what
right.
do or
Like
don't you
Donald
do?
Trump. I mean,
Well, we
if he
should not-
doesn't like something, he just fires them, and so they could get fired. I mean, that
Right.
was the only comparison I wanted to make.
Right. And so, without getting political, a way of interacting in a compassionate, trusting, kind way, I think can make a huge difference. And I'm hoping that this book will make at least a little bit of that difference
Oh yeah.
when people
Sometimes
take it.
people are told, "Oh, just ignore it," but that's
Yeah.
not the answer. I
No,
don't
because
think.
you bring the pain home.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Like I'll cry all the way home. on the
Exactly,
bus
and then
or-
you have a physical reaction.
Even today, I was upset about
There's-
something.
it happens.
But I think I straightened it out myself.
Good.
Yeah, I don't let things go.
Well, mindfulness and the practice of mindfulness that I learned with this course, I think helps people do that.
Right.
It helps you
Oh.
adjust to difficult situations
Yeah.
and do something about them yourself
how
by
many?
being kind of
I'm sorry. How
yourself.
many pages is the book? Like about?
Oh, the book. Oh, it's not very. It's a good short book.
Oh,
It's
good.
150 pages.
Oh, great! Because
And-
250 is about my limit.
Yeah, no,
I count
it's
how
not.
many more. how
And it's
many-
got a lot of exercises and practical things you can do.
Oh.
And also it has a bibliography. It's quite annotated because
Oh, good.
I think the more people can also discover on their own, the better. So the bibliography has a lot of online sources as well as
You should
books.
publish it in all your languages.
Well, of course, that's next.
yeah, next, right.
And then I would like to have it as an ebook ultimately too.
Or you ought to go into the business, that lady that has that language thing, you buy
Yes.
CDs. Or
Right.
Right, yeah, that's
Right.
a good business.
Right. Well, the first would have to be Italian since
Oh,
the
yeah.
character has an Italian name.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the languages are definitely, again, language, you have your language of French, Spanish, whatever, that's language, but also the language, I think, of good communication and observation. That's that emotional intelligence and cultural intelligence that people talk about. That's also a language. It's a language
Oh, yeah, that's true.
of being, aware of what the other person is saying and also communicating in an effective way.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So if there's anything else you want me to tell you or wrap up?
No, we
free.
still have 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay,
I don't
okay.
want to impose on your time.
No, they'll just shut you off. We have nothing to say about it. It goes blank.
Well, I'm
blank.
sure you have quite a few glamorous guests coming on after me. So
Not today.
Not today.
You're glamorous enough for today. I
That's
can't
good.
handle more than one.
that's good.
So
Well,
what else were we were going to talk about some other things of
Well,
your,
I've been something new that I've been doing, which has been really cool for me, and again, a means of expression has been storytelling.
oh yeah.
And so we have a great storytelling opportunity here that Donna Lubov runs.
Yeah, she's been here on TV
Yeah,
and
yeah.
5 different times actually.
And so I sent her a story that was a poem because I
Oh.
write poetry.
Yeah, I
think
know.
in
You're
poetry.
so
I think
talented,
as a
my
poet.
gosh.
I'm always thinking in these short lines.
Uh-huh.
That's how. Whatever. It's my way. It's been with me for so long.
Uh-huh.
So I sent her a narrative poem
Uh-huh.
of giving voice to my dad, Kowalenko, his first wife in Ukraine that he thought had died in World War II.
Oh.
My dad was sent from the camps to Morocco, and that's
Oh.
where he met my mom. And,
Oh.
so he.
What was your mother? What?
My mother was. Oh no, she has a story. She was
I
a.
remember when she died.
Yes.
Yeah, we were in acting. then.
That's right. I was in acting class that day.
Uh-huh.
Very tough. She was a Polish Jewish lady who was not who never told me that she was Jewish, and,
Yeah.
and I was raised Catholic. So
Yeah,
that's
because of the war and everything.
because of the
right?
war, and she had
Uh-huh.
lost all her family, and so my dad Kowalenko thought he had lost all his family.
Oh.
They did, Red Cross searches and so on. It turns out that his wife in 1969, we found out, had not died. Neither
Oh.
had his children.
Oh.
And she was in an insane asylum. Her name was Anyuta. And I wanted to give
This was
Anyuta.
his first wife.
Yes.
Where was the asylum? In what country?
In Ukraine,
oh,
in near a
sounds
little
awful.
town. And so I wanted to give her voice. For years I've been wanting to
Oh.
give her voice. So I wrote giving her voice. I wrote a poem. I sent it to Donna, and Donna
Oh,
liked
isn't
it. She
that
said,
something?
"We don't do poems, but this is pretty cool."
Yeah.
So so she accepted the poem for storytelling, and it was just a marvelous, marvelous experience. It was just great on so many levels.
Okay.
And I'm probably gonna maybe cry if I talk about it too much, but it's
Oh, okay.
it's just super wonderful to be able to do that and to have the tool of poetry. I'm fortunate to have it. And then lately I've been writing a story about a balalaika, which is an instrument. It's a triangular instrument
Oh,
that my
yeah.
dad Kowalenko made in Morocco. Imagine
Oh.
that.
Oh.
A Russian-Ukrainian instrument in Morocco, because he played everything. He played
Oh.
guitar and balalaika, and he taught me how to dance
Yeah.
and
Oh.
sing.
Uh-huh.
And I'm sure the poetry comes from all of that. So I'm so grateful to him for
Is
so
he
many
living,
things.
did you say?
No,
No.
he passed away in '73, very young.
Oh, quite a while ago.
And so
yeah.
the balalaika, I still have one of the balalaikas he had
Okay.
made 4, and it's at home. And I thought to myself, I need to give the balalaika a voice.
Right.
So I've written a portion of a poem. I just told it this weekend in Westmont. There was a poetry reading, that portion. But now I'm writing the full story for the storytelling.
Oh.
So we'll see how that goes.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
But
it should-
it's just wonderful
Yeah.
to be able to have the opportunities. That's why Highland Park and Highwood, to me, are just wonderful places because they hold so many there's an interesting web of ethnicity here in Highwood and in Highland Park. And also we have this strong artistic
Yes.
legacy
Yeah.
in Highland Park,
Uh-huh.
and the journal. And so all of that, I think, for people like us, makes it a great place to live. Not to mention the lake and and all that,
yeah,
and the
yeah.
wonderful restaurants. in
Oh,
Highwood.
yeah, especially in Highwood.
And Italian and Hispanic. It's just great. So all of that, I think, gives people the inspiration
Oh,
to do,
right.
to
Yeah.
write.
And why should people go
paint,
downtown? There's so much
There's
entertainment
so much
here.
Yeah,
Right.
and the beauty.
Uh-huh.
So I think we're very fortunate to be here.
Yeah. What did your mother say when you told her you found out about her?
Being Jewish.
Yeah.
Well, she said, well, it was, the way that I found out was by
Through
being
some
in France.
people with a similar name, I remember.
Yeah, in France, yeah.
And you asked
It was
her.
tough. She said,
By then, she was a practicing Catholic, correct?
Yes, and she said, I want to be buried Christian because Jews don't go to heaven. That's very sad.
Maybe Christians don't either. We don't know.
Whatever.
Yeah,
The
we
point
don't
is,
know.
she had lived this double life, and she didn't want to leave it. And
Oh.
at the time, I didn't understand it. I was, 28.
Oh.
But I understand now.
Oh, okay.
That the fear and the wanting to protect the children. She and her sister had kids, my cousins. That was, the reason.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so now I'm.
Do what you think
I
is
belong
right.
to I was bat mitzvahed.
Oh, were you?
and
I wasn't, but
See, there you go. And we belong to a humanistic congregation, which
good.
works really well with, our philosophy.
Oh, yeah, and your boys? They
And the
didn't
boys
want to-
they're themselves.
And is your husband Catholic?
No, we're both in Kol Hadash.
Oh, are you? Because
Yeah.
he's Italian.
He
isn't
was raised Catholic,
Yeah.
but we just like that
Yeah, he's
humanistic
such
approach.
a nice person.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, and he was in acting too. I run
Yes.
into him a lot of
Tony
times.
Bellotti, he's great.
Yeah. Why do you use separate? Oh, because you had a business. And,
Well, he didn't want to change his name to mine.
oh,
so that we are.
women. Yeah, there you go, harassment or whatever.
No,
We're
well,
almost through.
We
prob-
both have great names, so we thought we'd
Oh,
keep them.
yeah. I didn't know if there was an O or an A in the middle of it, but I guess write an O somewhere.
Yeah, Kovalenko. And then
Yeah. What sort of name
Bilotti.
is that?
It's Ukrainian. It means blacksmith. So it's actually a
Oh.
very common name in Ukraine, like
Oh.
Kowalski, Kowalczyk, Kovalenko. Those are all that same root of Koval, who is a blacksmith.
Oh.
But it's Kovalenko here, and it's not a usual name here.
Oh,
But
no.
it is in Ukraine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Bilotti, Tony's name, is from Calabria, from southern Italy. So-
Once you used to have a sister city there you were on once?
Yes, sister cities that we belong to very active with are Puerto Vallarta in Mexico and Modena,
That was the one.
where they make the vinegar, the balsamic
Oh,
vinegar.
They say you can lose weight if you have vinegar.
Whatever,
I
it
don't
tastes
know.
good. Now, but if you have it with a big hunk of meat or something, you won't. But
No.
no, it's a
Yeah.
great city, and we've been there.
Yeah.
And we've had
and
the
we
tenor
did
come
we
here.
did a TV show.
Yes.
With two other men,
Yeah.
Larry Cesaroni or with something.
Cesarossi, right?
Cesarossi.
And Lamberti. Yeah, we had a great exchange with them, so that's all good.
Yeah, so you always could talk about something. I mean, there's
There's
so
always
much.
something.
You could be coming every week forever. Well, it's
Sounds
really
good.
been
Thank you so much
so
for having me.
interesting, and you're so knowledgeable and talented just about anything.
Well,
yeah.
I can't live up to all that, but thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, yeah, I was so glad to run into you again.
Yes, at the book fair. That was good.
Yeah. How was that fair? Was it
Went well.
good? Good. Oh,
very
you
well.
look good. Look at you. Oh no, we still have 2 minutes.
Oh, we still have 2 minutes. Should I dance my hopak that my dad taught
And
me?
play that balalaika.
The balalaika.
Yeah.
Oh, I could sing something. This is a song that my dad used to play on the balalaika. So when I did the poem, it
Hurry.
tumbala, tumbala, tumbalalaika, tumbala,
that's good.
tumbala, tumbalalaika, spiel balalaika, rai balalaika, play it again. Now the spiel balalaika is in Yiddish.
Oh.
The rai balalaika is in Ukrainian.
Oh.
And of course in English. So
Yeah.
it's a universal
Oh, yeah,
language
that's
all woven
that's
into
great
that.
to close with that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi. Encore, encore. Encore. Well, this has really been enjoyable
Yeah, my
and
dad
interesting.
Kovalenko was an amazing influence on me, and my mom for her strength, and my dad for all this, for the kindness in spite of all that he had lived through during the war.
Did you like Morocco or?
I loved Morocco.
Yeah,
We've been going back.
I know a whole big family from there.
Yeah. We all
probably
there's
know
nobody is there. Everybody's passed away, but
Yeah,
just
or-
to be back on that soil and to hear the language. Again, the cultural difference is there,
right.
but it's also feels like another home.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's-
How old were you when you left?
11.
Oh, so
I
you
remember. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
You don't have any siblings, right?
Then when my cousins passed away there, and we just actually I wrote some poems for their graves. So that was wonderful to do.
Oh, good.
Brought closure to a lot of things.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right.
And my aunt and uncle are there.
Oh.
Yeah, they're buried.
Where, in what country?
Casablanca, Morocco.
Oh, are they? Your mother too?
My mom's here.
Oh, yeah,
She passed away
gotcha.
here.
Yeah, but sometimes people move them, you know,
Yeah.
to Israel
No.
or wherever.
Right. No, I would like to go to Israel, but I haven't gone yet.
You've never ever?
No.
Oh, I was there once. I'm
Be
interested
good to see.
in going again. Yeah.
Be good to see. Maybe we can go together.
Okay, how about that?